the Bt-42, Finland's answer to the T-34. Today's video will be going over if this vehicle is any good in Warfront and a little bit of its history, just a little bit, because there's not really too much I can talk about myself. But first off, if you are new here, I'm Freya, and this video is a little bit different from anything I've done so far, so I really do hope you enjoy. Now, you may be wondering why I'm deciding to do a video on the Bt-7 things, not Bt-7, Bt-42 of things, and that is because it's got an interesting history to it. Even though when it comes to World War II, I only really care about the vehicles you'd find on Germany's side a lot, a little bit of Germans, and most of my tanks I like are Cold War and above. But I do think this has a very intriguing history on how it was built and why it was used. Obviously, as I said at the start, it is to counter the T-34. But that may make you think that why has he got a Russian sounding, well, a USSR sounding name? Or is it the BT? And that is because, if you look at it, it is built on the body of a Bt-7. Which is great. Oh, can I hit you? Yeah, we go. Nice. What's that? M22? Nice little locust kill. Oh, stunk. Alright, we need to reload. Yeah, so it's built on a... Is there more than just him? Oh, there is. Nice. But yeah, so it's built on a Bt-7 Sashi with old... God, we need to reload. Oh god, even reload. Very weak. Bt-7 Sashi with a British 4.5-inch howitzer added, that was donated to them during the Winter War. Well, to donate to Finland during the Winter War against technically the USSR, but everyone's just sort of thing. Well, Russia is that's kind of what controlled the USSR at the time. Oh, they always have. But so that's only the howitzer that's on this. That's different so far. The turret is a very unique looking design. And it had to be built just to hold the gun, like to hold the turret itself. Because the British never donated turrets over and there was nothing that worked. So, off the Finns went to design the turret, put it on the body, put the howitzer in it. Now, okay, I've had to go to another match because of that. But, I just got obliterated in there. I'm going to cut it from the video. But now you may be thinking, oh, surely this tank then uses a British shell or a Finnish shell. Technically, it is using a Finnish shell. As you can see there, I'm not even going to try and match that HE sound with the heat. But there's a slight difference with it. It's not a original Finnish design in the sense of like, oh, the Finns already had a 114mm shell. Instead, they had to copy the 140. Yeah, no, they didn't have a shell that was big enough already. That would work to take out the sloped armor on a T-34. So, the Finns went and copied a variant of the German 10.5cm heat for the Bt-42, but there was an issue when it came to firing. The heat would commonly not have the round fuse arm itself correctly. This was mostly due to the velocity and the spin rate compared to the original German 140mm gun that would fire the German shells. And that's just a major issue of this being built into the howitzer that was British. If I remember rightly, obviously I didn't do my greatest research on this bit, but I think it's because of barrel length mostly, and stuff like that is a major issue. But that doesn't mean this tank is bad in Warfront. Yes, it's at 1.7. That's mostly because of armor. This tank in game is amazing. Or at least some it is. And that is going from someone who you can go into every videos and come into my streams. I dislike howitzers. Even if they have a slight turn rate, I hate tanks, or I hate howitzers. I do question why it still gets counted as a light tank in game. I don't actually know if it was counted as one in real life. Because it's basically a tank destroyer, it was used as a tank destroyer. That is the whole reason of this thing. And oh my god, I am glad that they actually... Boom! Oh! I was hoping he would get rid of the fenceman so I can shoot through it. Because we all know what he's trying to do, shooting through anything as it's a big cheap anti-tank, it won't do it. Something's up there, but that sounds scary as this thing has practically no armor, where it's a BT body. The turret's not that good armor either. Oh shit. That's not good. Turn turret. Oh, we tried. Now, I'm not the greatest War Thunder player. I will say that. So we're going to play a few little matches of this. And try and show it off. I wish I was better. I wish I really was, so I could tell you all that this is the greatest tank ever used. But I do better with lineups. Especially not with houses. Also, I haven't warmed up today. But I do genuinely think this is a good tank, and it allows Sweden to be a fun and interesting country to start if you're new to the game, or if you're looking for a country just to retry stuff on. Right, for this match I'm going to try and use it a bit more as you should, a bit more as if it's a tank destroyer. If we have a look at the sights, you can see it's got beautiful, like it doesn't actually have that big of a range drop off, luckily. That's what I was going for, so it's quite nice to try and range it. And I will recommend, if you're using it as a vehicle, you'll be sticking around like 1.7 to say, I'll say even 3.0. I'd say realistic 2.7, but you can bring it to 3.0 fine and higher because it takes up T-34s. I'd recommend putting cruise training into this as if it's a tank destroyer, so a bit of your reload, your range finding, stuff like that. Also, your tank command is always a good one as well. But I'd honestly play it as if it's a tank destroyer, because that's what it's designed to be. And I will also ask, if you're watching this video and have stuck around, to one, like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 650 subs, and I'd like to become a bit better at making this content, which I can only do with everyone's support and help. Secondly, please comment down below what you would like me to add or change about these sort of videos. Would you like me just to make it more history based? Would you like me to make it a bit more gameplay focused? Or what? Because this is my first video on this side of doing a showcase. So what should I change? I actually does. I find this as if I went to the I spawned on the other side, not the side. Oh shoot, there's 2 people. There's one. Can I survive this? What's that? A BT7? A BT5? It's quite the thing for a fat out. My barrel. No. BT5. Kind of ironic dying to one. It's not a good showcase for it, but kind of ironic dying to it. I would love to get my Sweden up high enough to bring this up into like high T-34 range and start using it to take them out and just show you that it can do it. I'm not good at War Thunders, I'm not going to be the best person to showcase these vehicles, but believe me, they sure as hell can be used to it. Now, you may be wondering, we'll go back a little bit of history, you may be wondering at what point these vehicles see their combat at first, and when built. We'll start off obviously with the bit that makes more sense, joint fashion progress as well. They were built during, let me read my script, 1942 and 1944, so kind of late on, but like a good 2 years of being built. Actually, a bit shows that they weren't very useful in real life, as anything else that'd be useful would stick around, especially if they got T-34s and things. But they first saw combat in 1943 at the Severe River, as it was used to bombard Soviet positions. This thing could also very much be used as a concrete buster if needs be, but also that wasn't its original design. It's just what it's kind of ended up being used for, which I actually question if they will ever change the rounds on this in game to show that. I'm getting a lot closer to decimal than I'm entering this thing. This is not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's not a person. That is. Oh, he got me. This thing does suffer with having practically no armor, so you are a glass cannon. Alright, let's repair the track. This isn't repairing tracks, it's my engine that needs repairing. Now, another little thing you may be wondering, how many of these were actually built? And I don't need to repair again apparently. it wasn't actually a lot. Only 18 Bt-42s were constructed, and only one survived to modern day. The place you can actually find this is if you go to a Finnish museum called the Parola Tank Museum. That is where you'll be able to see the only surviving Bt-42. And if you ever plan on going to Sweden, or not Sweden, Finland, sorry, I would highly recommend it. Great little tank museum. Funny enough, this tank actually got a lot of recognition for existing in the anime of Gels and Panzer, where it became a notable meme tank, particularly in games such as, fun enough, War Thunder, like we're showing off today, because it is a fun little tank. It's a fun vehicle to use. And I also believe it did pretty well in World of Tanks of all things for other memes. Oh god, reload. Not reload. Okay. Once I reload, this will be our next target. Is there someone behind me? There it is. No. That was a fun little match to mess around with. See if I only have one. Dying to that is depressing, but very well. Alright, I'm not going to be able to show this vehicle off as well as I should. I wish I could, but I know full well I won't. I'm not great at it. So, oh, let's just go okay. Oh, nice artillery on it. That'd be useful. I may have been hitting next patch and not actually doing anything. But yeah, that is the Bt-42. This has been a real fun video to me to try and make. I've got to try and learn how to do this a bit better, but it's been interesting and fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed and end up using this vehicle. Once again, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new around here, and also comment down below what you think I should change about these videos. See you in the next video. Peace.